two things. One, this is Indie Alley. And two, it's time for Sweet Dan's Reviews.
Oh, for Pete's sake, don't be such a little wuss.
Lady Mechanika 0 gets the Sweet Dan Sweet treatment. Here's Sweet Dan Sweet and Comic Book Man.
Hey kids, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for...
You tricked me.
Sweet Talking with Sweet Dan Sweet and Comic Book Man, coming to you from Comic Book Man's video outhouse, located at Alternate Reality at the corner of 111 the Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood.
He's been practicing.
Where?
The streets flow with beer, and comics are always 15% off all day, every day, for everyone, no matter how big or small or tall or short you are.
He's hired!
That's right! All right.
And today, Dan, who's just doing all the talking, is here to review one book and one book only, and that is Lady Mechanika number 0, the zero issue, the prequel issue, the teaser issue from Aspen Comics. Aspen is, of course, the line that Michael Turner created, that he founded with Fathom and with Soulfire, which was Jeff Johns' creation, with Michael Turner. And
Witchblade?
Witchblade? No, not
Witchblade.
Well, not Witchblade. No.
Witchblade's Top Cow.
Witchblade's Top Cow. But they've also done Executive Assistant Iris and many other fine books which aren't coming to my forehead right now.
Delic is my favorite.
Delic, that's right.
Frank
Delic.
Master Moro. Just to get that out there.
But Lady Mechanika is brand new. It's gotten tons of good press. It's sold out. It's sold out. It's going to a second print for this zero issue. The first issue isn't coming out until December, I don't think.
Right.
But this is sold out, but it's going to a second print. Dan reviewed it, or is about to review it. He's read it. I gave it to him. Dan, how is it? Is it worth all the press? Is it live up to the hype?
It is a preview issue, so it is a short, self-contained story that sort of leads into what's going to be going on in the book. And the truth is, it really blew me away.
Oh!
Blew me away. I'm not easily impressed with a lot of stuff, especially Chicks with Guns books.
He's a sucker for chicks with guns.
In real life, not in comic book form.
Yeah, he prefers his monkeys with guns.
We all are in real life.
I do like monkeys with guns. That's fine. Chicks with guns.
Yeah, that's right. You like monkeys with guns.
I like monkeys with guns, not chicks with guns.
And that's a whole nother show for a whole nother day.
Not in that way.
Let his therapist figure that out.
But you know, I've recently been kind of enthralled with the whole steampunk genre movement that's going on, and it's starting to pick up steam, for the lack of a better term.
I'm amazed that's still around. Steampunk has been around at least as a movement since the mid-'90s, and I know it predates that. But before that, as an underground thing, but I'm amazed it's still around.
The cosplay that goes on at a lot of these conventions is what perpetuated this series. He got Joe Benitez, who was illustrating Executive Assistant Iris to begin with, and he's done a lot of other work on Aspen and Top Cow books and stuff like that. He was sitting around the cons. He was seeing all these people at Dragon Con or WonderCon or whatever con he was at, and they're dressing up in their steampunk gear and their semi-gothic, but it's all brown clothing instead of black. You know what I mean? And he started sketching out stuff, and that's what that turned into this. He was going to do a sci-fi space opera sort of book, and instead he decided to go in a different direction and do this, which is it's Lady Mechanika.
What is she?
She's a robot-human hybrid.
Oh my God! Robot-human hybrids! I talk about this all the time on Facebook.
But it's sort of like a steampunk-era robot-human hybrid. And, I mean, obviously I don't have all the answers because it's a 14-page story with a lot of backup material, and, of course, they don't just spoon-feed everything to you right away.
What's the setting for this? Where sort of kind of is it supposed to be set in?
Europe. I don't know specifically. I would imagine
sort of
London.
It looks very Victorian.
I think they laid out, I don't remember.
Most steampunk stuff seems to emanate from Victorian England, but a sci-fi Jules Verne / I don't know, 21st century runway model version of
I mean, everybody's beautiful
Victorian
and everything's fancy and dolled up and stuff. She's hunting a demon creature.
Okay.
The demon of Satan's Alley is what it was so affectionately known as by the citizens.
Whatever works. Really, whatever works.
Well, see, and that's what's interesting is because when she comes into contact with it, there's a quick little duke it out scene where she fist fights with the thing, and then all of a sudden everything stops, and the creature starts talking to her, and she talks to it, and that's what settles their problem for the most part.
Talks?
Exactly.
Talks their way instead of fighting?
Chicks with guns talking out their problems. It's a brand new day
Man.
in the comic book store.
Who would have
here.
thought that a chick would talk out a problem?
With guns.
Seriously, but who would have thought that a chick would talk out a
Whoa.
problem instead of getting into a fist fight?
Whoa.
The
Instead
problem
of
was,
getting, no. How do guys solve problems?
Fist fights.
How do girls solve problems?
Not
Tea and
pillow fights.
Coffee.
Hair
Well,
pulling.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
no. Coffee.
Wet t-shirt contest.
Yes.
Coffee and
That's
bitching.
how I
Coffee
solve
and
girl
bitching.
problems.
Watch The View sometime.
They also, so once she's talking out her issues with the monster demon thing, who's also part robot.
Okay.
Uh,
Steampunk, everybody's part of it.
and the robot insinuates that he's met Mechanika before, and they come from the same creator, whatever that means. There's a pack of bounty hunters, Lord Blackpool and his armaments, and his people that, he's an arms manufacturer. They come in and they blow the little nice demon dude away. Kapow!
Oh.
Right in the head, right as Mechanika was about to get some answers about her past, I mean, what timing?
And the blood goes psst in slow motion.
Oh, yeah, because it's a comic book. Look, I'm moving a mile a minute, and it's a really short book, but the truth is, it was really well done. There's a great sense of atmosphere. You get a good idea of what this character's all about without it trying to up the badass factor in a zero issue.
Right.
You get to know, it establishes a conflict with the Lord Blackpool, and she embarrasses him in quite a foul way toward the end, so you imagine that's going to be the main antagonist of the series.
In a way only a woman can.
Of course. It's really got a good feel, and you could tell that Benitez is passionate about it.
Yeah.
He's writing it, he's illustrating it, and I'll be honest, I never have a lot of faith in artists that jump from penciler to writer-penciler on a book, because they tend to fall off schedule. The material tends to be one-cheeked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this seems like something he's put a lot of thought into. It seems like a broad enough concept where he's going to be able to go in different directions and not emulate all the stuff that he's done before.
Okay.
When all those guys from Marvel went to Image, it seemed like all their books were just sort of a takeoff on what they were doing
Right.
on Marvel. This seems like something I haven't seen before as often.
Okay.
I want to say it all. I don't read a lot of steampunk comics.
Right.
I don't know if there
Well,
are.
there aren't really aren't a
Exactly.
lot of steampunk comics. The last steampunk comic that I remember was from Vertigo. Was actually called Steampunk.
Oh,
or,
yeah.
No, it was Vertigo or Wildstorm.
No, that was Cliffhanger, wasn't it?
Cliffhanger, which was part of Wildstorm.
Right.
Which is
right.
part of
You're
Wildstorm.
right. Absolutely.
Okay.
That was Chris Bacalo and I want to say Joe Kelly, maybe.
So this is.
This is awesome, and everybody should buy this book. There's still a few copies of the first printing here at Alternate Reality. And issue 1 comes out in December, so you got to know what's going on before that comes out.
And I'll have second prints here if I do sell out of these, and even if I don't, I'll still have second prints here.
And if I may say, I just want to throw this in at the end. Joe Benitez pencils,
Yeah.
probably some of the most beautiful artwork I've seen from the indie publishers in a long time. I mean,
Cover's
he really
nice.
he really emulates the hell out of Michael Turner.
I was gonna ask you about the art, but it sort of was indicative of the whole review that you like the art.
He's
I was
a
gonna ask
natural
you
successor.
to put the nail on the head. Anyway.
He's a natural successor to Michael Turner's legacy and the way he draws, and it's not as sketchy as Turner's stuff. He actually inks the book before coloring it, but I loved it. It is gorgeous, and the story is great. So if you haven't read it, get it now.
So stop on down to the store and pick it up. And well, before you get here, before you come down here, stop off at the store's website and read his reviews of this and many other books. And where's the store's website at? You've been talking.
What, Sarah? To Sarah? I talk to Sarah all the time. She'll tell you.
Do it yourself. www.myalternatereality.com. How hard was that?
So stop off at the store's website and check out all of his reviews. And until next time, this is Comic Book Man
This is Sweet Dan Sweet.
saying bye. The hero of the month this month at Alternate Reality is Marvel's entire pantheon of gods. All my Thor, Hercules, Eternals, and every other god in the Marvel Universe, their trade paperbacks, are 25% off. That includes all softcovers, hardcovers, Masterworks Essentials, everything. And that also includes all back issue comics for all those characters. And also, all month long, our Hero of the Week will feature Marvel gods. So there'll be a bunch of recent Thors and Hercules and other god comics that'll be $1 each here in the front of the store, so be sure to stop off at Alternate Reality this month only if you want to have some godly good fun.